Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
It is Thursday, the 27th day of May, 2010. Thank you so much for joining us. We're into the second hour. We're now simulcasting the last 3 hours at prisonplanet.tv. I want to say great job to my crew here. They just do a better and better job. Exemplary. We couldn't do it without them. And, of course, you, the listeners, AM and FM affiliates, sponsors, and all of our supporters. Dr. Paul Craig Roberts quit doing his twice-a-week column and said he wanted to take some time off, but I knew, a fighter for liberty, I knew he wasn't going away. So I called him up a few months ago and I said, look, you can take some time for yourself. You're not going anywhere. Somebody that loves liberty can't control themselves. And so it's good to have him, but he has cut back on what he's been doing, but it's great to have him with us. And I was glad to get an email from him pointing out, hey, look at how there's all this evidence that our government, now been declassified, knowingly, many times has left POWs behind. Not just in Vietnam, not just Korea, but World War II. What does this say about the mindset of the elite? And so he wanted to come on and talk about that. We're always honored to have him. But we'll cover about 20, 30 minutes on that. Then I want to pick his brain because he is the father of Reaganomics. He is one of the top 10 living economists, according to Forbes and other major publications. He's won some of the biggest honors from the French, U.S., British government. He is a best-selling author, former editor of the Wall Street Journal. So I want to get into North Korea, Iran with him. I want to get into the economy. I mean, they're openly talking about worldwide meltdown now all over the news. And, of course, he talked about this years ago via the derivatives and everything. So we're going to talk about it all with Dr. Paul Craig Roberts in the next hour. Doc, it's good to have you here with us.
Hi, Alex.
You look good there via Skype video feed.
Right. Well, thank you.
So much is going on, so much is happening, but we're going to go to break in a few minutes. But get into this whole POW situation and your research on that.
Well, you know, it's not my research. It's Sidney Schrenberg, the Pulitzer Prize-winning New York Times reporter and editor. He has proven beyond all doubt and presents all the evidence that American prisoners of war were left behind in Vietnam. So that's a scandal. The second scandal is that every administration since Richard Nixon's has continued the cover-up. And the third scandal is that despite his high standing in journalism and all the prizes and the Pulitzer Prize and his high post at the New York Times, he was never allowed to write the story. And so it only came out in an out-of-the-way publication a year or two ago, about 2 years ago. Yeah,
we actually interviewed the folks involved at the time. In fact, I think I even interviewed him. In fact, let's get him back on, or some of the families involved. But the issue is, when I say your research, I'm saying, you know, you're writing about this now, how this your research into how this ties in to the mindset of the ruling class.
Yes. I think that now that we have definite proof from a very credible source, Sidney Schrenberg, that the United States government conducted a conspiracy since the 1970s to hide the fact that they abandoned American prisoners of war to the North Vietnamese, that this is now proven, this might make Americans wonder if other so-called conspiracy theories are also true, such as the theory that 9/11 was an inside job or a false flag operation. It might make people wonder if the Warren Commission's account of Kennedy's assassination was just another cover-up. The same for Robert Kennedy's assassination.
Well, Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, stay there. When we come back, let's go through this Pulitzer Prize winner's piece, recap it, go through the piece, and then let's expand into the mindset of an establishment, why they would do such a thing. We'll be right back with Dr. Paul Craig Roberts. Stay with us.
When you're out on the road, The last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you'll love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans, made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Hello, this is Alex Jones with some important questions. If you're going into a battle and they give you a rifle and a sidearm, how much ammunition do you want? My answer would be all I can get. In the battle for freedom and the lives of your loved ones, food is your only ammunition. How much do you want? When do you want it? Now or after the battle starts? When will you need it? Can you buy it without proper identification? Will there be any food? Will it make your children sick? If there's a quarantine and you can't feed yourself, will you go to the gathering center and be immunized? You wipe out all these problems if you have a good food supply. Food is your ammunition to fight for your freedom and your life. How much will you need? We don't know. How much do you want? All you can get. I'm Alex Jones. I want all of you good guys to live to fight another day. Call 1-800-409-5633 or check it out on the web at efoodsdirect.com. Again, that number, 1-800-409-5633.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
You call it synchronicity, serendipity, I don't know, but back on Monday and Tuesday, I talked quite a bit about the fact that it was actually declassified, that 20-plus thousand, 21,500 or so U.S. troops that were in Eastern European Nazi-held POW camps and German camps that were grabbed by Stalin. The U.S. and England wanted to be buddies with Stalin. They divided up Eastern Europe, and he was a thug and kept him for intelligence purposes, and they just let him keep him. And a few years ago, that actually even came out in Russian newspapers. Old Americans, World War II vets, 80-plus years old, still alive in Russia. And it's been confirmed with Korea. It's been confirmed with Vietnam. We've had the families on. They've had congressional hearings that the media doesn't cover. They've had National Press Club meetings. But then when I got an email a few days ago from Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, father of Reaganomics, former head of policy Department of Treasury under Reagan, former Wall Street Journal editor, pointing out that he was going to write an article dealing with the fact that if it's a Pulitzer Prize-winning New York Times editor for years isn't allowed to publish in a mainstream publication his research that's ironclad, that this is all confirmed. I mean, it's ridiculous how confirmed it is. It's like confirming that Mount St. Helens blew up in the early 1980s. It's a fact. It happened. Or that, the first creature in space was a dog from Russia. It's a fact. And, the angle. And, of course, Roberts wasn't listening to me. He separately put two and two together because we're all having these same understandings that if they'll leave our troops to die, Or if it's like Doug Rockey I've had on. He was the head of the DU program for more than a decade. He wrote the handbooks for the Pentagon in the 80s. They knew DU would kill anybody collectively that breathed it. And they just, in the mid-90s, changed the rules and said it's now good for you, no problem. And the State Department says it's a conspiracy theory on their website if you say it's bad. I mean, they absolutely know you breathe this, the particulate, the radiation, it's going to kill you. I mean, it's going to,